Welcome back, dear friends. We are discussing the course on electric vehicles, the introduction to electric and hybrid electric vehicles. In this lecture, we would be talking about the types of electric vehicles. Though, as I said, the course would include many things. We had discussed in the last lecture, history of electric vehicles. In this lecture, we will be discussing types of electric vehicles, and in the following lectures, we will be discussing the technology proper, the powertrain, the batteries, the motors, and the sizing aspects of it. Electric vehicles, they are fascinating vehicles, and they are to be differentiated from the internal combustion engine vehicles. The differentiation could be listed as follows. Electric vehicles have a quiet operation. We know that there is no noise, it's inside and outside is quiet. It has got a minimal maintenance, it has got an instant and smooth acceleration, and it has got an efficient energy use. You know that the efficiency of the IC engines is about 35 to 40%, whereas when you are talking about electric vehicles, the efficiency is about 95%. And we also know that there are no tailpipe emissions, though there will be emissions at the power plant, but tailpipe emissions are zero, especially for fully electrical vehicles. And there is a special thing which is called as a regenerative braking capability in the electric vehicles, which we'll be discussing later. So there are different types of electric vehicles which are available in the market today, and I will help you to familiarize with the broader types. So here is a quick lowdown. EV types, the electrical vehicle types, as you see on the screen, they can either run solely on electric propulsion or have an IC engine working alongside it. So it means that it could be a hybrid vehicle. It could either be a completely electrical vehicle or it could be a hybrid vehicle. So by combining these different drive types, one can differentiate the EV types into these four broader categories. One is the battery electric vehicle, BEV. Second is the hybrid electric vehicle, HEV. Third is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, PHEV. And fuel cell electric vehicle, FEV or FCEV. So these are the broader categories which we will be discussing one by one. The battery electric vehicle means the vehicles which are 100% electric vehicles, means it is not a hybrid vehicle. It relies solely on the energy stored in the battery packs. So obviously the range of such vehicles, the distance which the vehicles would travel, would depend upon the battery capacity. So it could be that a battery electric vehicle can cover 100 to 250 kilometers on one charge. Or you would also find in the market some battery electric vehicles which have a range from 300 kilometers to 500 kilometers. So as you see in this figure, it does not have an internal combustion engine. It has got a motor and a battery. Battery is a source of power and motor is the prime mover which drives the vehicle. Once depleted, we need to charge this battery pack, and it takes a lot of time as compared to refueling a conventional IC engine vehicle. It could be as long as 36 hours to replenish the batteries. If you have a charger and a supply with a 230 volt AC in your homes or offices, it might take you around 10 hours for fully charging this battery electric vehicle by plugging in your car into the supply. So you see a plug over here which can be used to plug in, and it takes about 10 hours for fully charging. So this obviously is a bit time consuming. Nissan Leaf and Tesla, they are the leaders in this battery electric vehicle categories, and this would be in the future quite popular. As of now, what you have is not simply a battery electric vehicle, but a hybrid category of vehicle which is called as hybrid electric vehicle. So what is hybrid electric vehicle? Hybrid electric vehicles, as you see in this figure, it utilizes both the internal combustion engine as well as the electric powertrain to power the vehicle. A hybrid electric vehicle uses the electric propulsion system when the power demand is low. It has a great advantage in low speed conditions, like say when you are traveling in an urban area. This would save the fuel consumption. Or if you are traveling in jams, the engine can stay off and then you might save a lot of energy. So this will also reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. If you want higher speed or higher power, then this hybrid electric vehicle would switch to internal combustion engine for propulsion. These two drivetrains, that is both the electric drivetrain and the internal combustion engine drivetrain, can work together to improve the performance. So this is the beauty of hybrid electric vehicles. It would enhance the performance by filling the gaps between the gear shifts and providing speed boosts when required. HEVs, hybrid electric vehicles, are primarily internal combustion engine driven cars, and that is how it is differentiating, and it has to be differentiated from another hybrid vehicle category, that is plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So mind well that hybrid electric vehicle is a vehicle having internal combustion engine and electric motor, but it is primarily an internal combustion engine driven car that uses an electrical drivetrain to improve mileage or to enhance the performance of the vehicle. The other category is the plug-in hybrid. So what is plug-in hybrid? Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle has two defining characteristics. One is that it can be plugged into an electric outlet to be charged, and it can travel powered only by the battery. So that is how it is to be differentiated from HEVs. So the concept of PHEV has come to extend the all-electric range of HEVs. It uses both an IC engine and an electric powertrain like an HEV, but the difference, as I said, between them is PHEV uses electric propulsion as the main driving force. So these vehicles obviously require a bigger battery capacity as compared to hybrid electric vehicles, as compared to HEVs. So how do they operate? PHEVs start in or electric mode. So the starting is or electric mode, then it runs on electricity, and when the batteries are low in charge, then the internal combustion engine supplements or it boosts the charge of the battery pack. So internal combustion engine in these vehicles is a supplementary kind of thing. PHEVs can charge their batteries directly from the grid, whereas HEVs cannot do that. And they can also have the facility to utilize regenerative braking. So PHEV's ability to run solely on electricity for most of the time makes its carbon footprint smaller than HEVs. They would consume less fuel, and that would reduce the running cost of this vehicle. So today in the market, you would find that plug-in hybrids are very popular. Chevrolet Volt and Toyota Prius cells show that popularity. This you need to understand very clearly. Another category, which would be the future category, is the fuel cell electric vehicle. Fuel cell electric vehicle also goes by the name FCV. So it's called as FCEV or FCV. They got this name because the heart of such vehicles are fuel cells that use chemical reactions to produce electricity. So hydrogen is the fuel of choice for FCVs to carry on this reaction. So they are also known as hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Hydrogen, you understand that they need to be stored in the special high pressure tanks, and that makes it a bit dangerous. Another ingredient for the power generating process is oxygen, which is taken from the environment, obviously. And the byproduct is obviously water, and hence it is a pollution-free kind of vehicle. The excess energy is stored in storages like batteries or supercapacitors. It has an advantage that these vehicles can produce their own electricity, which emits no carbon, and hence it is the cleanest of all the electric vehicles. Another major advantage of this is that it would be the vehicle with a sustainable energy. However, these fuel cell hybrid vehicles are a bit costly The typical cost is about $200 per kilowatt, which is far greater than the conventional EVs and also the ICE engines. As I said, there is an issue related to safety in case of flammable hydrogen leaking out of the tanks. Once these obstacles are overcome, FCVs can outshine battery electric vehicles in the future. So this was a general introduction about EVs. In the next class, we will be discussing about the EV configurations. Bye for now. Thank you.